Long ass walk.
All
All right.
I'm finally here. So we decided to do like a little podcast. I don't know. We're not sure if it is a podcast yet. Someone tell us. We don't want to sit at a table and just talk like two idiots. So we would want to be, we want to be more relaxed in our kind of environment. So this is a podcast from our environment.
Our environment.
The outside with dog stuff around.
Make us sound like dogs.
And could smell like urine.
Our environment.
But we're going to start doing some of these, I think. And what we want is some topics to talk about. So drop it in the comments, like what you want to know about. Also,
say description.
follow, subscribe.
Like, comment, and subscribe. Follow.
Oh yeah, you got to hit the follow button, right?
There's no follow.
Subscribe. That's follow.
Hit the bell.
Hit the bell. Smash that bell. Follow. No. Hit that bell. Subscribe.
Like, comment, and subscribe.
That's it. See, he knows more than me about
and
that.
drop stuff in the comments.
Yeah, like what you want us to talk about.
Questions that we could just go on and on about.
Yeah, kind of like we're doing now, but with real questions. So now what we'll do is, real quick, we're gonna describe a little bit about the tools we like to use, some of the tools we like to use, and we start out with the slip lead, simple slip lead. That's what we use the most. It's used. All these are kind of things to mimic naturally the way dogs correct each other, way they communicate. So this gives a little pull, like a little bite. The proper way to put it on is as high as it goes on the neck, and then you slip this stopper down so it's nice and taut here. That's pretty much how all these tools are. Is it goes up here taut. You don't want it to go around the throat, of course, because you don't want to choke the dog. There's no such thing as a choke collar unless you actually choke the dog with it, which you're not supposed to do. The dog's supposed to learn to walk. So slip lead, perfect. We'll drop some links down in the description. Long line, 15-foot slip lead, basically. There's separate long line work that you can do with a dog. You can practice recall. You can get them into a pack mentality, like a follower state more with this. And you also have a little more confidence when you bring them out somewhere, in the front of your house or somewhere, and put this on them and then work on things like place, which there's another tool that we use, the place board. Things like that. So if the dog takes off, which he shouldn't, or he or she shouldn't by then, because we should have already trained them. If they happen to take off, we can catch them pretty easy when they're dragging a 15-foot leash behind them. Yep. This is just used to mimic the sound, the correction sound. Right? It's kind of loud.
It's louder.
It's pretty loud. But like if they're jumping on you, or getting on the counter.
It's better too, instead of like people trying to mimic us,
Yeah.
Just use that.
And here's the difference. Even us, we love dogs. So even when we go shh, there's some emotion. You can't hide emotion from a dog. This has no emotion. It's that same sound with no emotion. This is shh, except I don't care that you're cute or funny or a dog or my baby. I'm done. Like, you need to listen to me.
The thing is, too, it's just, clients just try to copy exactly what we do,
Yeah.
Sometimes we'll be leaving the house and they're like, shh, and it's just not the same.
They're doing it to their kids.
Like, it's better for them just to use that, because it has, it's more powerful. There's like power behind it. You know?
And then by that time, when you pick this up, the dog's going to pretty much listen to you. Place board, we just use for the exercise place. There's some videos of it. Great great foundation work with place. That's another tool. The human is the tool, right? You're the tool. So we do corrections, physical corrections. Some people call them different things, but it's a correction. We're not mad at the dog. We're just correcting them, just like their mama would do or another dog in their pack.
Yeah. Yeah, and also, so for like the bigger dogs or people that just have no control over their dogs, we'll step it up and put them on a prong collar. And a prong collar, it gives more points of pressure for that dog. You know, if the regular lead isn't working, you know, some dogs get numb to it when the owners are working with them because they're not giving the right corrections, you know. So we have to step it up in order to get that dog's attention. So this is what we use for that.
Any of these tools, don't go and get the cheapy one. Don't go to Walmart and get them. Don't get cheap ones. Don't go to even the pet store rarely has good tools. If you're training tools, right? They have good squeaky toys and, you know, things like that, but they don't have good training tool. So, once again, links in the description for all these so you can get the good ones. That's a Herm Sprenger made in Germany. That's the only prong collar that you guys should be using, period.
Yep. And you got a quick clip, you know, and then we have this on for safety, you know, if it ever pops off. But we haven't had one pop off, but it's just safety, you know.
I actually had one pop off years ago.
Me too.
It's the dogs with
Just kidding.
a lot of fur, you know.
Mine was with that Rottweiler, that big old Rottweiler.
Oh yeah, that's not good.
What was it? Remember you sent me to her? It was that big Rottweiler.
Oh yeah.
I forgot her name. Domina. Remember that?
Yeah, kinda, yeah.
But now we have the vest, and this is like another way to work your dog. Mostly it's bigger, higher energy dogs, to give them a job, give them a sense of purpose, you know. So we'll throw this on them and it'll double the walk, you know, or double the exercise of what they're doing. Especially if like a bunch of owners, you guys claim you guys are short on time a lot. So this,
Yeah.
like you have to get this. If you're short on time, you don't have time for your dog, you can just throw it on him while he's in the
That's
house.
a time saver
You
right there,
know,
man.
Rainy days, you know, anything like that, you can just throw it on them and they're gonna be much more tired, be thinking about it, you know. If your dog's pacing back and forth in the house, like I would throw this on, go do something with them, you know, if you don't have time.
And this company is actually from Texas, not far from here. And now on his new show, Cesar Millan, he uses these now because they're so good. These things, amazing.
Yeah, and then we have the e-collar. The e-collar we use for like clients that are going to be committed, that are actually going to work with their dogs, you know. And we start with all these tools first, and then we just layer this on top of it. So your dog already knows what kind of corrections to expect. They know what pressure to expect. You know, it's not just a random new thing to them that's on their neck. You know, we work their way up. We find their working level and everything like that. My dog's on like a level 5 out of 100. Definitely don't want to get a cheap e-collar because there's only like some, you know, just on Amazon you can find an e-collar for $50, and trust me, that you don't want to.
Well,
get
remember that one
e-collar.
client, little Gracie, that e-collar was like $15.
I think it was like that PetSmart.
Yeah, and that dog was terrified of that
And they had
e-collar.
another trainer, you know, use that and shock her on
Yeah.
high levels, you know.
Used it incorrectly.
She was traumatized after
These
that.
tools you got to use correctly. You got to introduce the dog to him correctly. It's just, that's the trick, man.
And the thing is, once like you guys' dogs are like learn the tool and stuff, just keep using it. You know, they're like, I don't see why people don't keep using the slip leads when you can just throw it on your dog and go for a walk.
Yeah,
So that's the easiest thing
the one
ever.
question I get is this a transition? Like, can I? No, it's so simple to put on. You just slip it on and tighten it and go
Like-
instead of putting that harness. Oh, I got the harness the wrong
They'll be
way,
like,
and
when can we use the regular leash?
Yeah.
Like,
this is a regular leash.
and it's only gonna help, you know, because there's always that one time your dog does get distracted, you know, and they're gonna remember from that lead when you've been working with them.
This isn't a choke collar. This isn't a choke collar. That's not a shock collar. There's no such thing. Like,
Any dog, any tool can hurt a dog without like the proper knowledge behind it and
Right.
techniques, you know. So don't be trying these at home by yourself because you probably won't get the results that you want.
Right.
You know, and then you're gonna.
And don't be one of those idiots that are like, well, look, I'm gonna put this on me, and then I'm gonna see how if it feels good. And then they put it on them and they start yanking it. Of course, it's gonna hurt. That's not how we use it on the dog. We don't yank the dog.
Yeah.
It's very gentle pressure. This is gentle pressure. This is gentle pressure. This is gentle pressure. This is loud, and that's heavy, and that's heavy.
Yep.
So, I mean, that's it. That's just kind of our introduction on us.
This is most of the tools we use.
Yeah, I mean, flirt poles. Well, we might use something
like the
here and there.
to get started.
Yeah, basics to get started.
Or see what your dog needs. You know.
So, if you like this, please like, comment, subscribe, and
comment and subscribe.
definitely comment. Tell us what you want to hear for the next one, because we're gonna start to do these a lot.
Yeah, drop some questions.
Drop some questions in
ideas.
the comments. Yeah, so that's it.
We might just come up with our own topics.
You don't want us
if y'all don't.
you don't want us to come up with our own topics. We might change it up a little. Tell us.
We might just copy other dog trainers' podcasts' topics.
Yeah.
That's a good topic. Let's talk about that next.
We'll just go through Dog Trainer podcast, find a podcast, and
because that's the thing. Like all dog trainers are different. You know, some might agree on some stuff, but
we disagree on a few things. But we have the same general, ideas and training.
Like we're both
no one's wrong.
Trainers.
Yeah, no one's wrong and no one's right. The only trainers that are wrong is the ones that hurt your damn dog, that misuse the tools. We don't misuse any of the tools. We agree on that. That's the important thing. We disagree on something. That could be another topic. I let my dog sleep in the bed. THIEIR does not because he has a girlfriend.
Nah, that's not why.
But that's it. There's no right or wrong. My dogs are pretty balanced. So, I'm good. THIEIR's dogs are great. They're perfectly balanced.
Yep. Anyway.
And that's it.
See ya.
Yeah, that's it. All right, that's it.
Until
Comment.
next time.
That's a wrap.